Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I am so happy that you're here with me tonight. This is Monday, January the 8th. Oh, January. Not January quite yet, December the 8th. We are only, though, a little over 3 weeks away from the new year, from 2026. We are 2 weeks and a couple of days away from Christmas. Hanukkah is getting ready to be right here in, I think, the beginning of next week, or maybe even earlier, a little later this week. But at any rate, I'm glad that you're here with me tonight. My name is Pamela. I live outside the Philadelphia region, and I'm here to talk to you about 2026 and how you can position yourself to have a much better 2026 than perhaps you had in 2025, at least when it comes to finances and more time with your family. You talk with almost anybody, and if you ask them what are the two things they wish they had most of, that they had more of, it would be time, it would be money. Time and money. Those are the two most important things in most people's lives. Time is very limited. It's very limited. There's only 24 hours in a day, there's only so many days in a week, so forth and so on. What you had yesterday, the time you had yesterday, is gone. It's gone now. So, what that means is you can never get that time back, and that's one less day you have. It's a hard fact. It's one less day that you have. Money, on the other hand, is something that's extremely plentiful. It's very plentiful. There are billions and trillions of dollars in the world. And if you don't have enough money, that's what I'm here to show you how to change. Time, in a way, you cannot change, though you can change your future time. And what I mean by that, most people really would like to have more time at home with their families. They'd like to be with their loved ones more than what they are now. And the problem is when you're working so hard to get more money, it's costing you your time. You're trading time for dollars or dollars for time, whatever the saying is. I get them confused all the time. Um, wouldn't you like to have more of both? Wouldn't you like to have more money that you can use for credit card debt, that you could use for student loans, maybe to get a new car, to go on the vacation that you've always talked about and you've never done? How many times have you and your family had a staycation, or you and your spouse or your significant other, whoever it is that you're with? How many times have you wanted a vacation and you couldn't afford it? And so you had a staycation instead. So you took one day, you went to the park, one day you went to a relative's house or something. One day maybe you went to the beach or to the lake, whatever it is that you did. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice for the first time to get on a plane and go somewhere? If you like the warmth, go someplace down south, go some in the islands, go to a tropical retreat. If you love the snow, which I personally don't, but there's something for everybody. Get on a plane and go to Vail, Colorado, go skiing, go to a resort somewhere. If you want to go to Europe, do that. Go on a cruise. Take your kids or your grandkids to Disney. Wouldn't it be nice to have enough money to do that and to also have enough time that you can enjoy your family? Well, you don't have to ask off for work. Well, you don't have to go to your boss and say, I'm going to take a big vacation. I've been saving for it. I have the money now. I'm going to take a 10-day cruise and I need to have this time off, and let them decide whether they approve it or not. I mean, who wants that? What if I can show you a way to have both time and money for 2026 and to totally change your life? That is what happened with me. Let me give you a little bit of background about where I'm from and where everything that brought me to where I am right now. My name is Pamela. I live outside the Philadelphia region. If you detect a little bit of an accent, I'm originally from down south, a very tiny, tiny little town in Virginia. I moved up here as an adult, and I found my way into corporate America, where I spent the last 20 plus years of my life. I was with my first job in corporate America for 3.5 years. My last one, I was there for 17 years. I just left that job. As a matter of fact, I just walked away from that job. I didn't just quit. I put in a notice, but I was there for over 17 years. And during that time, the first 15 years were pretty good. I was enjoying it for the most part. I liked my job. I liked what I was doing. And I was getting to the point I was making a hell of a lot of money. And I do mean a hell of a lot of money. I was in advertising sales. It wasn't the type of advertising really that you would know about. I sold digital advertising inside of a specific industry. So nothing that you would have likely to have seen unless you happen to be in that industry. In addition to digital advertising, I sold print, magazine, catalog advertising, and trade show advertising. And I did that for 17 years. The last 2 years were brutal because part of what I had to do was travel, and I had to travel a lot. I had to travel an awful lot. Did I travel to nice places? Yeah, but did I get to see them anywhere? Not really. I saw the inside of the my rental car, the inside of my client's office, the inside of my hotel room, the inside of the airport, and I saw the freeway when I was going from one place to the other. That was what I saw. I didn't get to go anywhere, do anything. It wasn't glamorous. People think travel is so glamorous. Well, it can be if you're doing it to have fun. But when you're doing it for work, there's nothing glamorous about it. So many of my friends were like, "Oh, I'm so jealous. You get to go here, you get to go there." No, it was work. It was work. There was nothing glamorous about it. There were times I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning to shower. My husband took me to the airport, which is an hour away from the Philadelphia airport. Sit there, wait for a few hours because you have to get there 2 hours early, blah, blah, blah. By the time I traveled all the way across the country to LA, which I went there several times a year, and got my car, fought all the traffic with the freeway. I mean, anybody who lives in LA, you know what it's like. And if you don't, it doesn't matter. There is no time that is not rush hour. It's rush hour starting at 3 o'clock in the morning. And honest to goodness, it is. It would be about 8 o'clock California time when I was getting into my hotel many times, especially if I stopped to see a client on the way, and which was 11 o'clock East Coast time. I'd been up since 3:30, so I was up for 20 some hours, when I did that. And then the next morning I had to hit the ground running. I was away from home too much though at the end of the day. It would be different if that only happened a couple times a year. I was traveling a lot. I was getting burned out. We had management changes. We had policy changes. We had more and more expectations made of us. I was doing tremendously well. At this point, I was the second highest producing sales rep within the company. When I left, I walked away from $450,000 income. That's what I was making. Most of it was in commission. It wasn't salary. Has a small part that was salary. The rest was in earned commission that I had earned through all of my efforts. But you know what? It was never, ever enough. I don't care. I brought in millions and millions of dollars into the company each year, millions and millions of dollars. And it never mattered because at the end of the day, I didn't feel appreciated. Um, I was just more and more expected of me. And I got to the point where I was just burned out. I was stressed out. I was just worn the hell out. And I didn't want to do it anymore. But I was afraid to leave because that money, which at one time promised me freedom, it was freedom from not having to worry about money, from not having to worry about bills, from being able to, my husband and I, we could do what we wanted to do when we wanted to do to a degree, if I was able to get the time off. It then became a prison for me. The money wasn't all that important anymore because I felt like I was a prisoner to the money. I was chained because of the money. I was afraid to make a move because of the money that I would be walking away from. And I knew that it would be very difficult for me to go to another job and have to start all over again. No one was going to just give me a base where I could make $450,000 when I'm the newest employee there. I mean, that's just a fact. It didn't matter about my experience, about my reputation. It didn't matter about any of it. So I knew I could not have another job. Plus, I didn't want another job. Why would I want the same thing, different boss? Same crap, different person signing my check, different company. It was going to just be the same. It was going to be a repeat. Could have been even worse. I could have been going from the fire to the frying pan or the frying pan to the fire, whatever the saying is. I needed to start my own business, but I didn't feel like I had any skills for that. I was too young to retire. And even if I wasn't, we had money for retirement. We had maxed out our 401ks and we had investments. However, we plan on living a long time. Everyone does. You never know, but everyone plans on living a long time. And I sure as hell didn't want to spend any retirement years sitting at home looking at the TV all day, scrolling on social media. Who wants to live their life that way? I wanted to continue to live my life in the way that I had become accustomed to living it, which was pretty comfortable. So I could not take another job. That wasn't going to work. I needed my own business, though I didn't feel like I had any skills. So the more I looked at things, I started investigating different things. I knew I didn't want to do an MLM. Already done that several times, never do that again. I kept looking, I kept coming back to a digital marketing business, to an online business. And there were a lot of things about that I found attractive. It seemed to be not extremely difficult to learn. What I liked about it is that with most of the online businesses, there are some exceptions to them, but most of them, well, you have to sell something, regardless. It's not most of them, that's for anything. You have to sell either a product or a service. And I wanted something where I could sell a digital product. I did not want to be selling physical products. And there are some of online businesses that you're selling a physical product, which means then you have to have inventory. You need to have to be able to package that item up and take it to UPS or whatever to ship it off. Have to pay insurance for it to make sure it gets there. It was just a lot of hassle. Whereas if you're selling a digital product, then it's instantaneous. When the person signs up for it, they get it right away. And that means that I should be able to be paid quicker for that than having a physical product that's being sent out. So I narrowed down some of the things that I wanted to do and what I wanted the business to look like, and I started investigating. And I looked at a lot of different programs. Couldn't find what I was looking for, even though I must have looked at least 10 or 12, whatever. Came time for me to now leave my job. I put in a 2 month notice beginning of May, and by the end of June was my last day, June 30th, which was on a Monday. At that time, I was no closer to finding what I was looking for than what I had been all along. But I believe that the universe always has my back. I'm a positive thinker. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in manifesting my future. And sure enough, something just almost fell into my lap. It was just a couple of days later. My last day at my job was Monday, June 30th. On Tuesday, my husband and I left for the beach. We live outside of Philadelphia, so New Jersey's not far from us. We went to the beach, stayed at a resort for a few days, came back for the July 4th weekend. The next day, which was July 5th, I was scrolling on social media. And that's when I was introduced to the program that I ultimately chose, and that is Legacy Builders. And if you haven't heard anything about Legacy Builders, I'm going to explain it all to you in the next few minutes. I'm going to show you where you can get all the information. I'm going to show you so many testimonials. It's going to knock your socks off. And if you're looking for a business that you can do on your own that is beginner friendly, where you don't need tech skills, where it has training, not only online, but also live mentoring and live training once a week with the founder, who is now a self-made millionaire due to Legacy Builders. And if you want the products to sell, if you want to make 100% profit on every single thing you sell, and if you want to get paid that money the exact same day, this is the program for you. Oh, and I forgot the best part. You can get your work done in 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day, 14, 15 hours a week. All of your work can be done for you, and you can be making a shit ton of money. If that's what you're looking for, stay tuned. This is what this is about. And I'm really, really excited that you're here. So let me give you a little bit of background about Legacy Builders and the founder. The founder is named Michelle. Her name is Michelle O'Neill. She was in a position a little bit different from my position, but she she was a single mom with 6 kids, and her source of income, she had a decent income with a multi-level marketing kind of gig that she was doing. She was selling an MLM product. It had something to do with skincare, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Doesn't really matter. And she worked her way up. So she wasn't at the bottom of the pipeline. She was like a little further up. And she wasn't at the very top of the upline, and she wasn't at the bottom. She was kind of like in the middle somewhere. Then they had this conference call with the CEO, all of the people involved. And like that, overnight, it was gone. Her income was now gone. She had had 6 children. She was a single mom with 6 children, had been a single mom, had been raising her kids herself. The oldest had children, so she was also a grandmom. So she was a grandmom and a mom to kids still living at home. And now her income was gone. She had to find something. She was introduced to legacy builders at that point. And I don't think it was called that then. I'm not sure what it was called then, but that's what she was introduced to, the concept of it. And she took it and she ran with it. She was somebody who had no tech skills. She had no social media following, zero. She started from scratch, from the ground up. And then she just followed the principles of this program that she had access to, and she turned everything around. She created a standalone business from pretty much the ground up because she really recreated the program. She had someone, her best friend, to join her in the process, and they started a community, and they were the only 2 people in the community. They're both named Michelle. Michelle O'Neill is the owner, and then the other Michelle, we call her Michelle S, is her best friend, and she was the tech person who could get everything done on the back end with the tech. So this was 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago and a couple of months. It's back in September of 2022. That community has now grown to over 57,000 people throughout the globe. Michelle is now a multi-millionaire, self-made from Legacy Builders. And she is showing everyone else how to do the exact thing that she is doing. And when I say she's showing everyone else, I don't mean she just put together this program and she walked away from it. And, we're figuring it out ourselves and going online and learning how to do all this stuff. She is still active every single day. Even though she's a grandmom, she's a very young grandmom. Wait till you meet her. You're going to absolutely love her. Somebody you want to be your very best friend. She is just so kind-hearted. And anything that she knows, she wants us to know. She would like to see every single person in her community to be a self-made millionaire. That is what she would like to see. She has a special place in her heart for single moms, but for moms or dads who are struggling, who when they go to the grocery store, they have to take a calculator with them because they're afraid that they won't have enough money. That's why she's doing all this. It all comes back to what her background was and what the hurt and the challenges and everything that she endured. She doesn't want anybody else to have to go through that. And she knows that people do go through that. So that's why she is offering this to everyone. And she is so free with her knowledge. And as a result, this community grew from 0 people, well, from the 2 of them, to 57,000 people. So now I'm going to tell you, so that's the history of the company. And it's been growing and growing and growing, the history of the business. The company is going to be yours. When you sign up, you are starting your own online business. This is yours, 100% yours. You're going to make 100% profit from every single thing that you sell. And I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to tell you what's involved in it, how everything works together. And then I'm going to show you some examples of people who have really changed their lives and who day to day are making thousands of dollars in a day sometimes, thousands of dollars in a day. I'm going to show all this to you before we're done with this call today. So there are basically 3 different components of a few different components, maybe a little bit more than 3, that make Legacy Builders unique. And one of them is we are the founder of the 2-hour workday. And if you've ever heard of that before, a 2-hour workday to get all your work done, and you weren't quite sure what that was about, it probably stemmed from Legacy Builders. When I first heard about it, I can tell you, I didn't think it was possible. How could anyone work for 2 hours and get their work done when I've been working 40, 50, 60 hours a week? And some jobs I've had more than that. I was in retail at one point, and anybody who's in retail this time of year, usually if you're in retail management, especially, which I was, the 2 weeks leading up to Christmas, you're not allowed to have a single day off. At least I wasn't where I was. Not one day off could I have in retail management for right leading up to Christmas. You had Christmas off, the day of Christmas, and then you were worn the hell out. You just slept all day. Next morning, you were right back into that store because you had to be there because that is the week between Christmas and New Year is almost as busy as the week before Christmas. It like, oh, dreadful, dreadful. But with this, it's a 2 hour workday. What this is going to consist of, you have three different things that we want you to complete in 2 hours. Very easy, simple things. And each one of these things are designed to earn you money. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to create 3 pieces of content every day for social media. And that is a lot of fun. It's way easy. And don't think it's something that you can't do because you're already probably doing it now. You're just not getting paid for it. And what I mean by that is, when was the last time that you and your friends went out for dinner? It was maybe somebody's birthday and you all got together and you said, let's go. We haven't seen each other in a while. Let's go to um, whatever. Let's go to Charlie Brown's and let's have a nice dinner together. So you go to dinner, you're all excited. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take selfies of each other, of the group. You can have maybe the wait person to take a picture of you as a group. You're going to take pictures of your appetizers, your cocktails you're drinking, your dessert, your entrees, and all of these things. Then you're going to get home. And what do you normally do is you're going to share that on social media. You're going to post the pictures. You're going to tag the restaurant. You're going to tag your friends. You're going to tag maybe the wait person who waited on you. And you're going to say something on the order of, we had such a good night getting together for Susie's birthday. And it was the most wonderful time at Charlie Brown's restaurant. And the wait person was Jason. And when you go there, make sure you ask for him. They have the best food, the best service, the best blah, 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 blah. That is digital marketing. You are already doing digital marketing, but you're not getting paid for it. You're showing your face. You're talking about the restaurant. You're showing your friends. You're showing everything that you ate. That is digital marketing, but you're not being paid for it. Who's getting the benefit of that is the restaurant, the wait person. If you tagged him or if you mentioned that person's name, say, make sure you ask for Jason or make sure you ask for Mary or whoever it was that waited on you. They're getting the benefit of it, but you are already doing it. So if you think you can't do digital marketing, you can do digital marketing because you're already doing it. The same thing goes if last time you bought a car, you were so happy to get a brand new car, your first new car in forever. Someone took you to the dealership to pick it up, and there you are on the day that you're picking it up. You have the keys in your hand, you're behind the wheel of the car, there's a salesperson standing next to you, waving at you, shaking your hand, whatever. You get home, you park that car in your driveway, you take pictures of that, and then you're going to post it on social media. I just got my first car, new car in 8 years. If you want to get a new Jeep, go to Jeeps R Us. They gave me the best trade-in on my car, and the salesperson was so wonderful. Their name is blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to post it on social media. You say you don't want to see your face. You don't want to post your face on social media, but you're already doing it. You're already doing it. But who got the benefit of that? It was the car dealership. It was the person who took care of you, your salesperson. So you're already promoting businesses online, but you're just not getting paid for it. So with legacy builders, you're going to be promoting your own business and you're going to be getting paid for it. That's the difference. So you make 3 pieces of content for social media. It can be short, as short as a 7-second video. If you go onto my account, you will see why I have loads of those. Okay. Though most of the time I make them a little bit longer. It doesn't have to be that long, like 35 seconds to a minute. It's a golden spot. The second thing you're going to do in your 2-hour a day workday is you're going to have free advertising that you're going to do. I sold advertising for over 20 years. There was nothing free about it. I had some customers who were paying over $500,000 a year for the advertising that I was selling them, that they wanted for their company. We're going to show you how to do free advertising online. There are a lot of sites online that are free to advertise on. They are free classified ads, and you can post your business on there. We're going to give you the ad that you can run on that. We're going to give you the names of the online businesses, of the online digital classified ad places. You pick whichever one you want. We're going to give you the ad that you're actually going to post on there. We're going to give you 10 of them. You pick whichever you want. And you're going to copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Pick the cities you wanted to show in. And when you do that, what you're also going to do is you're going to add your website to the bottom of it, to the bottom of the ad, so somebody knows how to get hold of you. This is my website here. So what you want to do, if you want to get all of the information about what I'm talking about today, just go to my website, put in your email address. You'll have it within 5 to 10 minutes. Everything that I'm talking to you about today, you'll have it right there. Or you can just message me and I'll send it right out to you. So you're going to put that onto your ad. And then when someone sees it, they go directly to your website. And I'm going to show you what the website looks, where they'll get all of the information that they're looking for. That is the second thing that you're going to do. And then the third and final thing you're going to do for work as part of your 2 hours is you're going to spend about 30 minutes replying back to anybody who wanted more information. So when you do your videos for social media, you're going to put a comment on there, like if you want more information, comment info. That's it. Or comment ready, whatever it is you want to use. And then when people make those comments, you're going to go onto there and you're going to reply back to them. And when you reply back to them, guess where you're going to direct them to? Your website. You're going to direct them to your website because that's where all the information is found. They can go on there. They're going to see so many videos that are with people being interviewed. People being interviewed about, let me put this up like that. People being interviewed about where they were before they started Legacy Builders and where they are now. And one thing I like about those interviews are that you get to see not only the person's face, but it shows you their first and last name. And when I first saw it, I Googled these people. I wanted to make sure that they were real, that they weren't paid actors. So I Googled them, and they're real people. Not only are they real, but I personally know them now because they're in the community. So that's how it works. That is your total 2-hour workday. 3 things in 2 hours. Make 3 pieces of content for social media. You're going to do free advertising for half an hour. And then the last half hour is going to be just getting back to people, directing them to your website where they can find more information. Does it get any easier than that? You have your training that you're going to learn. And the training is very, very simple. Let me show you this right here. Should have had it. When you first join, we're going to give you your logins to all the places that you need to go. And we're going to be working on the back end of your website for the first day. It's going to probably take 1 or 2 days to get your website all set up. And then after that, we're going to, you can start, after 2 days, you should have enough knowledge where you can go ahead and start implementing the training. And look at one of the first things you're going to see, and I know it's a glare here. I don't know if I can show it, but what it says is launch to profit in 7 days. I got a selfie there. You can see it a little bit that way. Sorry. I have a selfie light and it has a glare there. Launch to profit in 7 days. What does that mean? Is that we're going to give you the training so that by day 3, you should be able to implement the training that we've given you and start selling. Start selling and offering this program to people who need it. You can be helping families. You can be helping moms, dads, families, whoever it is that you're helping, whoever needs more money, people who are facing retirement and don't have enough money. There's so many people. Nobody has enough money, hardly. Maybe Elon Musk, people like him, of his ilk. We want you to start making money in your first 7 days. More than 50% of the people who join Legacy Builders get their first sale within the first 7 days. And if you do that, you're already in profit mode because you're making 100% commission of everything that you sell. 100%. I want to show you now a few testimonials. You can be part of a community. I told you that we have 57,000 people in our community. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And we have a section there called Wins, WINS. And that's where people come in and they post about great things that have happened to them since they started Legacy Builders. Some of them are simple. Some of them are like, I just posted my very first video. I just posted my first 3 videos. I was so nervous. I was so scared, but I did it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the results. So you're going to have things like that. And then you're going to have people sharing about how they got over whatever thing that they were fearful of. Maybe they were fearful of doing a live TikTok live or a Facebook live or a YouTube live, and they got over that fear and they started their first one. But you're going to see a lot of monetary wins too. And I'm going to switch my computer over here, my monitor, and I'm going to show you some of these, and hopefully you can see. Let me get up close so you can see that. And I'm going to go through those. There are over 950,000 testimonials and wins in this community. 950,000. Here's just a couple from the last couple of days. This person right here made $900 while they were cooking dinner. This person made her first $3,900 with Legacy. She's been doing it since October 18th, and she posted this 4 days ago, so the very beginning of December. So in six weeks, she made her first almost $4,000. Let's see here. What else do we have? This person, I know Mindy. Mindy, this was just a couple of days ago. This was 3 days ago. She made $900. This person made $300 and $100 in 1 day. They made $400. $400 a day. Can you imagine making $400 a day? If you could do that consistently, and there are people here making way more than that. Let's see. What else do we have here? This person had their first live event out there. This one did $900 in 1 day, one sale. This one had a $900 sale. This one had $900 sale that came in at 2:30 in the morning. This can be you. $1,400 this person made in 1 day. These people, she is from South Africa. She has made $1 million rand. Their money's different than us, but that's what she has made. Here's somebody else in South Africa. They have made 57,000 rand, and it just goes on and on and on. That can be you. That can be you. If they're doing it, there's not a damn reason in the world why you can't do it. That can be you. I'm going to show you how. So how this works is we have what are called master resale rights. What is master resale rights is when you buy into Legacy Builders, we have 5 different options. I'm going to talk to you about all of them, how much each one costs. And with that, we're going to give you a product to sell. And basically, you're going to be able to resell the program that you bought into over and over and over again. And that's how everyone I just showed you, that's how they're making the money that they're making. They are reselling the program. And if you think to yourself, well, why do I just want to resell the same thing over and over again? Because that's what's going to make you money. That's why people want this. This is world class. This is high in demand, especially the way that we have the program set up. We have done everything for you. It's beginner friendly. It's automated. That's why you can see that one person made however much, I think it was $900 at 2:30 in the morning. They were already in bed asleep, and they woke up and they saw that they had made that. Not only that, you get paid the exact same day. You get a ding in your phone. It dropped into your PayPal account. We have 5 different programs. I'm going to start with the lowest one. I'm going to work my way up to the highest one. The lowest one is also the least sold. The highest one is the one that is the most popular and is the most sold. So I'm going to start here, work my way up. I'm not going to leave anything out. And then I have a couple more things to show you. First program is called the Launch Pad. The Launch Pad is $100 to purchase the program. $100, you only pay it one time. You're going to pay a website fee one time of $39, just once. Okay. With that, we're going to give you the master resale rights where you can resell this program over and over and over again. You're only paying for it once. You're only paying the website fee once, but it's unlimited how many times you can sell this. And each time you sell it, you're going to get 100% profit because you're going to have the master resale rights to that. There are other places out there that also have master resale rights, but with that, you don't get all of it. With this, you get it all. So that means there is no upline, there's no downline, there's just you. If you were to go to my website and sign up, that's the only money I will ever get from you. Any sale that you have, you get 100% of it. And that's how it should be, because that's how it is for me. Anything I sell, anytime I help a family, anytime I help a single mom, a divorced dad who has his kids, anytime I help a retired couple that need more money for retirement, I get 100% of whatever the program it is that they chose. No one else gets anything. And I get paid it the exact same day. And that's what you're going to have for every single thing. Option number 2, the second program we have, I told you we had 5. Second program is passive daily pay. That is $300. One time you pay it, one time website fee of $39. But with that, we're going to give you 2 programs that you can resell. You can resell the $300 program and the $100 program. So you have $400 worth of programs that you can resell, make 100% profit the same day that you sell it. And you only paid $300 for it. The third program is Digital Mastery. That is $600. Works the same way as the others. You pay it one time website fee, $39. With the Digital Mastery program, you're going to have the $600 program that you can resell, the $300 program, and the $100 program that you can resell. So you have $1,000 worth of programs. If you sold one a week of each of those, that's $1,000 that you would make that week. If you sold one 600, one 300, one 100, and you only paid one-time fee of $600, and you can do this over and over and over again. The fourth program was our biggest selling program for close to 2 years, up until 2 months ago when we launched the fifth program. This is called the Blueprint. This program is what you saw over here when I just showed you some of the testimonials. People selling this over and over and over again. It's $900. It's called the Blueprint. One-time website fee, $39. But now you have 4 different programs you can sell with that $900. You can resell the $900 program, the $600, the $300, the $100. So you have $1,900 worth of programs for the rest of your life that you can resell over and over and over again. That program has made so many people 6-figure earners within a year. Within a year, 6 figures. And in many cases, $200,000, $300,000 in the first year. I know people who've made more than that. I don't like to talk about them because they're more of the exceptions to the rule, but it happens. So if they can do it, the reason I'm telling you is that if they can do it, you can do it. It's not impossible for you to do if other people are already doing it. That was our number 1 best-selling program for nearly 2 years. And then we had a big enhancement that we just launched 2 months ago. The number 1 request that Michelle, the owner, had from Legacy Builders, from people who were using it, was to make it bilingual. There was no world-class bilingual online digital marketing business out there. And when I heard that, I was kind of surprised at that. I said, really? I would think that there would be. So I don't take anything at face value. I look it up myself. I looked it up and there wasn't. First of all, I really couldn't find, I think only a couple a couple that were bilingual at all. But then when I looked at the program, it was nothing like Legacy Builders. It didn't have live training and mentoring, which we have every week on Monday. We offer it, and it's with Michelle, who's the founder. It didn't have the type of training that we have with the huge library of training. It wasn't 100% profit. They didn't give you digital products to sell. And they didn't have a 2-hour workday where it was formulated for you so you could get your work done in 2 hours. You spend a little bit more time for training learn a little bit more perhaps. And the rest of the day is yours to be with your family, to do things that are important to you, to do volunteer work if you want to do gardening, to work on your house, to do whatever you want, visit your parents. It didn't have any of that. This is the only one. So it took her a while. It took her, I think, about a year and a half. She worked on it because she wanted to do it right. She hired a team of native Spanish speaking people to help provide the customer support. And then what she did, and this was brilliant, she made it so that the website is done in Spanish in addition to English. So I'm going to show you that right now. This is what the website looks like. And you can see 10 income streams, 100% profit from a done-for-you digital business. This is all in English. I'm going to go up here to the upper right corner. I'm going to click on that button. Woohoo! Look at that. All in Spanish. So what does that mean? You do not need to know how to speak a single word of Spanish in order to promote this. It's all right there in Spanish for you. How good is that? How great is that? She thought of everything. This program is $1,400, one-time fee. One-time fee for the program. The website fee is more. It is $69. And that's because your whole back end of your website is going to be put in both English and Spanish. So it's essentially like two different websites, one domain, two different websites that are built in. So you don't even need to know how to speak Spanish in order to promote this. There are 500 million people in the world who speak Spanish. Half a billion. Half a billion of people in the world speak Spanish. Don't you think they would like to also have a world-class digital marketing program where they can change their lives, they can help their families, they can make more money and have more time to be with their families? Of course. Doesn't everybody want that? Everybody in the world would like to have that. Wouldn't everybody want to be able to stay home with their families, work a few hours a day, 14, 15 hours a week, and be able to make a full-time income, be able to make more money than what they were before? People would be willing to do that even if they were just making what they were making before. If they could be at home and only work 14, 15 hours a week and still have the income they were making, what if you could make way more than that? 500,000, 100,000. I know people with the $900 program, the blueprint, who are making before the end of 2 years anywhere from $450,000 to $650,000. With this, you're going to make that money much faster. So it's $1,400 one-time fee for the program. It's $69 for the website. You're going to have 10 different products that you can sell. Remember that with the $900 program, you had 4 you could sell. You could sell it, the 900, the 600, the 300, and the 100 in one language, though. So your choice. You can either sell it in English or you can sell it in Spanish. With this program, you're going to have the resale rights to sell this is called the bundle pack, to sell the bundle pack in either English or Spanish. You can sell the blueprint program, the $900 program, in either English or in Spanish. You can sell the $600 program in English or in Spanish, the $300 and the $100 in English and Spanish. You add it all up, it's $6,600 worth of products that you have to offer, that you can resell over and over again. And you only paid a one-time cost of $1,400 for the program and $69 for the website. And we have payment plans. We have payment plans for all of the programs, for all of them. You put $100 down. I think the $100 program, we don't have a payment plan for that one. But for everything else, you put $100 down and you can have a payment plan. A lot of people do it that way. If that's how you want to do it, what I recommend, as soon as you get a sale or two, pay that bad boy off. The rest is yours. If you were to sell, well, first of all, this is now our number one bestseller. This is now outselling the Blueprint one, the one that was $900, because most people, if given a choice, they're going to want to invest in the program where they can make the most money the quickest. So which would you rather have, where every time you help a family and they sign on and you have a sale, would you rather get $900 for it, or would you rather get $1,400 for it? It's the same amount of work that goes into it. You're still only working 2 hours a day. So you might as well get as much as you can, offer it. Not everyone will want it, but offer it. If you were to sell 3 of these in a month, in 1 year, you'll have $50,000. How much are you making at your job now? What if you have a job and you love your job? You love your job. You love your boss. You love what you do. You love your coworkers. You have excellent benefits. Benefits out the yin yang. But maybe you're just not making enough money. You know you're not going to get a $50,000 raise. That's not going to happen. Maybe 2.5%. That's what seems to be the going rate for a raise. If you get a raise every year, not everybody gets a raise every year. With this, you could keep that job and you could do this in 2 hours a day, 14, 15 hours a week, and give yourself a $50,000 raise or more or less. It depends on what you're doing with it, or if you're following the program, if you're doing what you need to do. But you could do that with only 3 sales a month of what is now a best-selling program. If you were to sell 6 in a month, and we already have people doing this, and we've only had this for 2 months now, but we already have people who are 6 people, 6 sales a month they're getting from the bundle pack. In 1 year, that by itself is $100,000 from just 6 sales a month of our number one most requested product. $100,000 in a year. Why would you not want to take a look at this? Why would you not want to look at this and investigate it and not do it? To me, it was a no-brainer. When I was introduced to this program, it was late in the afternoon on July 5th. I remember it was the day after July 4th. That night, I could hardly sleep. I could hardly sleep that night. I was so damn excited. I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I found the thing that I've been looking for. Everything I wanted. I jumped out of bed the next morning and I signed up just like that. It was, 10, 12 hours later, 13, 14 hours, whatever it was, less than 24. I signed up for it immediately. I have never looked back. I am so excited I found this. I am so excited. Every morning I wake up and I can hardly wait to get to work. I just love what I do. I love helping other people. And this has helped 57,000 people in the world, getting close to 58,000 at this point in the world. Every country you can think of. The only country not too sure if we have anybody in, is something like North Korea, where it's super restrictive there, but the people have access to and what they can do. But other than places like that, 57,000 people who are in the community, they're going to show you how they're doing things, because we're very, very tight-knit community. You think, how can you be tight-knit when it's 57,000 of you? You'd be surprised. You get to know the people who are active. I'm on there every single day posting. Every single day I contribute. I look at other people's comments. I add to them and congratulate them, and they congratulate me for things. Let me show you this again. Let me show you the website and what it looks like once you get in there. And again, the name of my website is legacy100%.com. But when you go here, you're going to see Michelle. This is the founder. You're going to look at that video, and she's going to be interviewing some people there. You're going to be able to be licensed as well. You can be a licensed reseller, legacy builders. This is what part of your training will get you. This is all about the benefits of the bilingual program. By the year 2050, the U.S. is projected to have 138 million Spanish speakers in the U.S. Here are some of the other things we're going to give you. We're going to give you AI training. AI training so that you can create a video in English and can have it instantly converted to Spanish. I'm not talking about subtitles and dubbing. Well, I guess to a degree it's going to be dubbing, but it's going to be your voice, your facial expressions, but it's going to come out in Spanish. So you're going to look like you are fluent. Here's some, don't take our word for it. Listen to these successful stories. Wendy Nolan, Jessica Cox. You see their faces. You see their first name and last name. You can Google these people. That's what I did. Cecilia Jacobs, she's from South Africa. Wendy is from, see, I know these people. Wendy is in Canada. Jessica is in West Virginia. Daryl, he has a story, is just crazy, unbelievable. He is, I think, Louisiana or Mississippi, way down south. Amy is she was a single mom, but she's still a single mom, working 2 full-time jobs, 2 40-hour-a-week jobs. And now she is doing legacy builders. She has changed her family's life. This is me and my husband. This is my website. We're going to have free coaching, expert mentorship with Michelle. This is the founder, Michelle. This is her best friend, Michelle, I told you about. Look at this. Who is it not for? It's not for you if you're looking for something that is get rich quick. Here's some more people. Mary, Christelle, Stoop, Nicholas Francis. Look at all these people. Tim Hess, he lives in California. He's from Philadelphia area originally. He lives in California. He was in his 50s and lost his job that he had for 25 years. He lost his job. Ugh. Here are the programs. Here's the $1,400 program. Here's the $900 program. You scroll down and you can see the $600, the $300, and the $100 program. So you can pick the one that you want. We have payment plans. It tells you exactly what you get. It's exactly what it said to you. The $600 program, you get 3 income streams. The $100, the $300, and $600. $14 program, you're going to get 10 income streams, both English and Spanish. With the $900 program, it comes in English only, or you can sell it in Spanish only. But then you only have the rights to resell that in the language that you bought it. That's it. That's everything. That's everything. Why wouldn't you do this? Give me one good reason. Can't be because you're too old. We have people in their 80s doing it. We have one person I know of. She is 88. She'll be 89 in February. She's doing it. She didn't have a social media following when she started. She wasn't on TikTok. She's doing it. Can't say you don't have enough time. I just showed you there was this mom on there. She had 2 full-time jobs, 2 40-hour-a-week jobs. She was a single mom. She had 3 kids. She did not have TikTok. Her daughter, she came home one day. Her daughter said, "Mom, you have to get on TikTok." And the mom said, her name is Amy, "I don't have time for that. I'm working 80 hours a week, in case you haven't noticed." And her daughter said, "Mom, no, I see how people are making money online." She got her mom on TikTok. Amy signed up for Legacy Builders. She thought, at this point, something's got to give. I cannot continue to work 80 hours a week with 2 full-time jobs. I need to be home more. I'm worn out. I don't have nothing left to give my kids when I get home. Within 4 weeks, she had made enough money with Legacy Builders. She was able to give up one of her full-time jobs. And then another, I think 4 to 6 weeks, she was able to give up the other one. She's now making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year with Legacy Builders. She wasn't making that with the 2 jobs she had. She was working 80 hours a week plus commuting. How did she get this done? How did she find another 2 hours, another 15 hours a week? She said she got up early in the morning. She did a little bit then. She had an hour for lunch. She worked on it then, and the rest she worked at it when she got home at night. And she took the training. So if she can do it, You can't say you don't have enough time. You can't say you don't have enough education because we're going to give you, this is beginner friendly. We have people on here never went to college. We have people who never finished high school. We have people who just went to trade school. So you can't say that you're not educated enough because I just showed you. We're going to train you what you need to do step by step. So you can't say you're too old. Can't say you don't have enough time. Can't say you don't have enough education. Can't really say you don't have enough money to do it either because we have payment plans. $100 you put down and you can finance the rest with a payment plan. And I would just pay it as soon as you got a couple of sales here. And if it's important enough to you, look around your house. I've seen where people didn't qualify for the payment plan, and they wanted it bad enough. They had a yard sale, and they got the money together. How much crap do you have sitting around your house? I got plenty, and I get rid of it all the time too. I usually take it up to Goodwill or someplace like that. But if I needed the money, I would have a yard sale. So I have now thrown all of your excuses out the window. If you don't want to do it, that's one thing. But don't make excuses as to why you're not going to do it. 2026 is less than 3 weeks away. You can change your life for next year. Or you can have another year next year, the same as you had this year. It's up to you. Only you can make the decision. No one's going to make it for you. Now's the time to make the decision. If you start now, we're going to show you how you can get your first sale in 7 days. We're going to show you how to do that. I'm not promising you that's going to happen. I'm not promising you that you're going to make $50,000 in a year or $100,000 in a year. I'm not promising you any of that because I don't know what you're going to do with the information that you get. I don't know if you're going to show up every day and do the 3 pieces of content for social media. Are you going to do what you need to do every single day? Are you going to do your free advertising that we're going to show you how to do? Are you going to follow up with your people every day that have interest? If you do all those things, there's no reason why you can't do what these people are doing. The only way that you can fail at this is to just quit. Maybe it'll take you longer than someone else. More than half of the people who join get their first sale in 7 days. Maybe it's going to take you longer. Who cares? Who cares? You've already bought the program at that point. Stick with it. It's impossible to fail unless you quit. I haven't seen anybody who failed until they quit. And then you failed. So it's up to you. Again, my website is legacy100%.com. Go on here to get all the information. You can put in your email address. You'll have it all sent to you within 5 to 10 minutes, everything I just said. In addition to that, you're going to get the videos. You want to make sure that you look at those so that you can, they're going to tell a story, multiple stories. I showed you what some of them are like. You're going to see all of that. Okay. Go in there, put your email address in. You'll have all the information sent to you. If you don't see it within 5 to 10 minutes, just check your junk folder, your promotions folder, whatever it is. We have live webinars once a week. If you ever want to get an invite for that, they fill up pretty quickly. It's by invitation only. Then message me. I'll be happy to send that to you. Send you an invite for the next one that's coming up. We have one. I don't know when you're going to see this, but we have one tomorrow, which is Tuesday, July the 9th. It's going to be at noon Eastern time. And there will be a replay, so I can send that to you if you want it. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate the fact that you were here. I hope that this was helpful for you, that you learned something and gave you something to think about. And I hope that your life can be changed and be impacted in a very positive way, the way that my life has and the way that the lives of 57,000 people throughout the globe have been with this remarkable world-class digital marketing program. Have a good evening. Bye.